When it comes to raising standards for green building materials and methods, the expert team from Australian-owned Eco-Specifier Global is leading the way internationally. Their technical director, David Baggs, launched its 4-tier GreenTag eco-label certification process to bridge the gap.
The initiative that is the GreenTag is a significant bite-sized advance towards providing improved sustainability assessments and outcomes for our built environment.
GreenTag is actually an umbrella concept. It's an umbrella name because underneath it sits two parallel assessment processes. The first is LCA rate, which is the life cycle based assessment system to which is attached the rating process. And then there's green rate, and green rate is the part of the system that assesses a product for compliance and relevance to green building rating systems, both here and elsewhere. What sets GreenTag apart from previous systems, apart from the whole concept of LCA and BIM, is the fact that it will be the most third-party certified certification system in the country. It's already a 14024 Type 1 eco-label. LCA rate is what I like to call beyond LCA. LCA as a concept is very scientific, it's very rigorous, it's very complex, and at this point it's still a relatively young discipline, and it doesn't do some things very well and doesn't include other things at all. So, for instance, it doesn't look at building synergy, it doesn't look at corporate responsibility, it has limited depth in its impact assessment on human health. It's very good at ecotoxicity, but its impacts don't get down and look at things to the level of detail that GreenTag does when we pull it up and bring health and ecotoxicity up onto the top line. With sustainability, the most important thing in making buildings cost less up front is finding synergy as part of an integrative design process. And any product or technology that you can integrate into a building and have that product make other systems or other elements in the building more efficient, hence driving synergy, is actually leveraging sustainability and introducing lower first cost buildings as well as lower operational buildings lower cost operational buildings as well. Health and ecotoxicity. We'll look at a product, all of its constituents, including dyes and associated adhesives and sealers and anything that's associated mandatorily with the product. We'll look at that down to less than 100 parts per million to make sure that its health and ecotoxicity profile is appropriate for the system and then appropriate for the level of the rated performance. We bring embodied greenhouse and carbon up to the top line, but more importantly, we actually look at the potential for a product to be net positive or beyond neutral when it comes to carbon. Because at the moment it only measures impact reduction and doesn't actually measure positive benefit. So this is something that we're actually trying to bring into the field of LCA. A GreenTag Plus rating is a fully detailed, fully audited life cycle assessment process that most people would understand is the way life cycle has been done in the past, and is certainly important for products where you have very competitive sectors or where they might be slightly controversial or where a manufacturer wants to actually make sure that their rating fully includes all the benefits of the ecological activities and initiatives that they've launched. You know, if you working at the streamlined level, a product still is, or the life cycle analysis is still product specific because it still works with the recipe of the components of that product, but the data behind it is industry average data. Now, Green Rate is the, as I said before, the green building rating tool relevance of a product. In Australia, we're talking about Green Star relevance. The fact is that the Green Building Council last year launched its new third-party product certification scheme and opened up the monopoly it created a few years ago. All current certifications will cease to exist and products will need to be recertified under the new system. The third-party certification system that GBSA have launched relates only to calculators in tools like office interiors and healthcare and education. In the past, if you had third-party certification for your eco-preferred status, you got maximum points in the calculator. That is no longer the case. It's a tiered rating system and you'll get a level A, B or C attribution depending on the results of the performance of your product. But then we also continue to provide this sort of technical opinion for the other credits that don't relate to the third-party certification process. So the LCA rate component has 4 tiers, and this is, you can see the logos that we've developed. They recognise both the LCA rate component and underneath a green rate level A, B or C. So bronze, silver, gold or platinum can have A, B or C. As I said before, we're compliant to 14,024, but also to the life cycle assessment standards of the 14,044 series and to the EPD or Environmental Product Declaration.